Learn English naturally, just by watching.
Let's improve your English together, one real-life video at a time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English with me. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Jacob. How are you today, Olivia?
I'm doing great, Jacob. And hello to all our wonderful listeners out there. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Yes, whether you're listening while having breakfast, riding the bus, or taking a walk, welcome. We're excited to learn together today.
Today, we have a really important topic. It's something that many people struggle with, even native English speakers.
That's right. Today, we're talking about the power of saying no.
Yes, how to say no politely in English. This is so important because sometimes we say yes to too many things and then we feel stressed.
Exactly. We want to help people, but we also need to take care of ourselves. So today, we'll teach you polite ways to say no without feeling bad.
We have a fun story, useful phrases, and even a special trick that will help you.
And before we start, if you're enjoying this podcast, please give us a like and subscribe. It really helps us create more content for you.
Okay, let's get started.
So, Olivia, I want to share a story with you. It's about my friend, Paul.
Oh, I think I know this story. Is this about the moving day?
Yes, it's a funny story, but also a good lesson. Let me tell you what happened.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, Paul is a really nice guy. He's very helpful. He always wants to help his friends.
That's good, right?
Yes, usually. But sometimes being too helpful can be a problem. Let me explain.
Go ahead.
So on Monday morning, Paul's friend Tom called him. Tom said, "Hey Paul, I'm moving to a new apartment this Saturday. Can you help me move my furniture?"
And what did Paul say?
Paul said, "Sure, no problem." He wanted to be a good friend.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Yes, but here's the problem. On Tuesday, another friend, Sarah, sent Paul a text message. She said, "Paul, I need help moving my couch on Saturday. Are you free?"
Oh no! Did Paul say yes again?
Yes, he did. He said, "Of course, I can help you."
Oh, this is not good.
Wait, it gets worse. On Wednesday, Paul's cousin Mike called him. Mike said, "Hey Paul, I'm moving on Saturday too. Can you help me for a few hours?"
No way! Did Paul say yes a third time?
Yes, he said, "Sure, Mike, I'll be there."
So Paul said yes to 3 different people on the same Saturday?
Exactly. 3 people, 3 different places, all on the same day.
What happened on Saturday?
Well, Saturday morning came. Paul woke up at 6 a.m. He went to Tom's apartment first. They moved heavy furniture for 2 hours. Tables, chairs, a bed, boxes, everything.
He must have been tired already.
Very tired. But then he had to drive to Sarah's house. He helped her move her big couch. It was very heavy. His back hurt.
Oh no!
And then he still had to help Mike. By the time Paul got to Mike's place, it was late afternoon. Paul was exhausted. His arms hurt, his back hurt. He could barely move.
Poor Paul. So what happened?
Well, Paul helped Mike, but he was so tired that he actually dropped a box. Luckily, nothing broke, but Paul learned something important that day.
What did he learn?
He learned that saying yes to everything is not always good. Sometimes we need to say no.
That's such an important lesson. Paul wanted to help everyone, but he hurt himself in the process.
Exactly. And this brings us to today's main lesson: how to say no politely.
Okay, so let's talk about how Paul could have handled this situation better. Let's learn some polite ways to say no without feeling bad.
Yes, because in English, we don't usually just say no. That can sound rude.
Right. We use polite phrases. We use soft language. Let me give you the first phrase. I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure about that. Let's repeat that together, everyone. I'm not sure about that.
Good job. This phrase is great because it's not a hard no. It gives you time to think.
Can you give us an example, Olivia?
Sure. Imagine your friend asks, "Can you help me paint my house this weekend?" You can say, I'm not sure about that. Let me check my schedule."
Perfect. That gives you time to think before you say yes or no.
Exactly. Now, let's learn another phrase. "I'd love to, but I can't."
I'd love to, but I can't. Everyone repeat, I'd love to, but I can't.
This is a very polite way to say no. You're showing you want to help, but you're not able to.
Let me give an example. Your coworker says, "Can you work late on Friday?" You can say, "I'd love to, but I can't. I have plans with my family."
Excellent. See? You're being polite, but you're also saying no clearly.
Now, here's another good phrase. I wish I could, but.
I wish I could, but... Let's say it together. I wish I could, but...
This phrase is similar to I'd love to, but I can't. It shows you care, but you can't do it.
For example, your neighbor asks, "Can you watch my dog for the weekend?" You can say, "I wish I could, but I'm allergic to dogs."
Perfect example. Now, let's learn one more phrase. Unfortunately, I'm not available.
Unfortunately, I'm not available. Repeat. Unfortunately, I'm not available.
This is more formal. You can use this at work or with people you don't know well.
Right. For example, your boss asks, "Can you attend a meeting on Sunday?" You can say, "Unfortunately, I'm not available on Sunday."
Great. So we've learned 4 polite ways to say no. Let's review them quickly.
Number 1, "I'm not sure about that."
Number 2, I'd love to, but I can't.
Number 3, "I wish I could, but..."
And number 4, unfortunately, I'm not available.
Excellent. Now let's talk about an important word. Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. Can you explain this word, Olivia?
Sure. Overwhelmed means you have too much to do. You feel stressed because there's too much on your plate.
Right. Like Paul in our story. He was overwhelmed because he said yes to 3 people.
Exactly. When you're overwhelmed, you feel like you can't handle everything.
So saying no can help you avoid feeling overwhelmed.
That's right. It's okay to say no. It's healthy to say no.
And remember, when you say no politely, people will understand. Good friends respect your boundaries.
Boundaries. That's another important word. Boundaries are limits. They help you protect your time and energy.
Yes, setting boundaries is important for your mental health and your relationships.
So don't feel bad about saying no. You're taking care of yourself.
Exactly, and that's a good thing.
Okay, Jacob, now it's time for the special trick we promised.
Yes, this is a game changer. We call it the 24-hour rule.
The 24-hour rule. Can you explain what this is?
Sure, the 24-hour rule is simple. When someone asks you for a big favor, don't answer immediately. Wait 24 hours before saying yes.
Wait 24 hours. That's 1 day. Why is this helpful?
Well, when someone asks you for something, you might feel pressure to say yes right away. But if you wait a day, you have time to think clearly.
Oh, I see. So you don't make a quick decision that you might regret later.
Exactly. You give yourself time to check your schedule, think about your energy, and make the best decision.
This is brilliant. So how do you use the 24-hour rule in a conversation?
Great question. Let me give you an example. Your friend asks, "Can you help me move next Saturday?" You can say, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you tomorrow."
Perfect. You're not saying no, but you're also not saying yes immediately.
Right. Or you can say, "I need to think about it. Can I let you know by tomorrow?"
That's polite and clear. Most people will understand and respect that.
Exactly. And here's the important part. During those 24 hours, you need to honestly think about it.
What do you mean?
Ask yourself some questions. Do I have time? Do I have energy? Will this make me feel overwhelmed? Do I actually want to do this?
Those are great questions, so you're being honest with yourself.
Yes, and if the answer is no, you can call or text your friend the next day and use one of the polite phrases we learned earlier.
Like, "I'd love to, but I can't. I already have plans that day."
Perfect. See how much better that is than saying yes immediately and then regretting it?
Absolutely. If Paul had used the 24-hour rule, he wouldn't have been so exhausted.
Exactly. He could have helped one friend and said no to the others politely.
And his friends would have understood. They could have asked someone else for help.
Right. So everyone, remember the 24-hour rule. Wait one day before saying yes to big favors.
This gives you time to think and make the best decision for yourself.
And it helps you avoid feeling overwhelmed and stressed.
You're improving already. Good job, everyone.
Well, everyone, we're coming to the end of today's episode.
But before we go, we have a fun question for you.
Yes, we want to know, have you ever said yes to something and then regretted it?
Tell us in the comments what happened. We'd love to hear your stories.
And maybe you can practice saying no using the phrases we learned today.
Exactly. We want you to practice in real life. That's how you improve.
Remember, learning English is a journey. Every day you're getting better.
And we're here to help you every step of the way.
So don't forget, like this episode, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends.
Yes, help us grow our community of English.
Yes, help us grow our community of English learners.
Thank you so much for listening today. We really appreciate you.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, it's okay to say no.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.